What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tiffany, and I've done $2 million in annual revenue in e-commerce. And today we're going to be talking about the difference between SEO versus paid ads, taking through the pros and cons of each, and deciding which one could be right for your business at this stage. So definitely stay tuned. So who am I? I kind of just went over that, but yeah, I've been in e-commerce for 5 years now, and I have two websites. I also run a small agency where I do some SEO for some friends. $740,000 of our revenue last year actually came from organic search, so it was our top driving revenue channel, which I'm super proud of. Also have done this on other websites. The bottom website is a friend's Google Analytics, and as you can see, SEO is now their second biggest revenue driver, so pretty stoked to see that as well. Real quick, I want to make sure that this video is super actionable for everyone watching it, but I do want to talk about just kind of where we're at and what I've seen in the market as well. So when I started running specifically Google ads back in 2021, it was way cheaper. I'm talking about like low priority branded clicks were anywhere from 75 cents to $1, and now they're closer to 3, 4, sometimes $7 a click. So it's just getting really crazy as far as like customer acquisition costs, and I think that's true across pretty much any channel platform you see. Meta, Instagram, TikTok, it's all getting expensive, to be honest. I kind of saw the writing in the wall, right? Like I knew that things were going to continue to get more and more expensive, and I knew I had to find a way to be able to scale without relying on paid ads. And that's when SEO came to play for me personally. I just started kind of learning about it, really getting in the trenches, and started working on my own website. So I really just define SEO as basically optimizing your website to rank higher in organic search results. That can be Google Shopping, Bing Shopping, Google Merchant Center, all of that stuff. You're optimizing your listings so that they can be shown in good placements. So some key elements of that is like keyword research, on-page optimization, which I personally specialize in, off-page, things like link building, technical SEO, and content marketing. So really the goal here is just to attract targeted organic traffic and eventually convert them into sales. I love showing this because this is a great example of what can happen when a brand invests in SEO. This is a brand called Plunge, and we can look at a few things that they're doing and really try to emulate them as far as, what's possible for e-commerce SEO. So as you can see here, Plunge has a DR 60, though that's your domain rating. It's usually from 1 to 100. 60 is very strong. They have about 11.6K backlinks, so they've invested thousands of dollars into their backlink profile, probably tens of thousands to be honest. They're ranking for about 16,000 keywords and get about 54,000 monthly organic visitors. If we look at the breakdown of where these visitors are coming, you can see that they're ranking number 2 for the term cold plunge, number 5 for cold plunge tub, number 1 for plunge. So why is this important, right, guys? Think about how valuable it is when anyone wants to learn about cold plunging. The first thing that they're going to see, well, I guess now technically the second thing they're going to see is plunge. Like that is huge. Like they've become synonymous with cold plunging. It's like Kleenex. Like that's literally what they're doing here. And that's really the exciting part about SEO, I think, for me, is like just being able to get that brand authority and trust by ranking organically in Google. It goes a long way with your consumers, depending on how your audience buys. All right, now let's talk about the advantage of paid ads, because there certainly are tons of advantages to paid ads, and I don't want to discount that. Some elements that you kind of want to think about if you're trying to specialize in paid ads, or you're an e-com owner wanting to learn: ad copywriting, bidding strategies, landing page optimization, audience targeting. Audience targeting is probably the biggest difference, I'd say, where paid ads beats SEO. We can target like keywords that we think our buying audience will be attracted to, but we can't target like the way paid ads can, where you can target anyone who's 40 to 45 years old in Wisconsin that owns a dog. I mean, that kind of targeting is just not possible with SEO. So if you have a super targeted campaign that you want to run, I think paid ads is a great place to go. And honestly, if you're just starting out on your e-com journey, I would recommend making sure, like, having some product market fit, validating that with paid ads, and then layering on SEO once you see that long-term potential. Okay, I just want to talk about real quick like the overall benefits of SEO and when it's the right choice, and then I'll do the same for paid ads too if you're curious. Some long-term benefits of SEO is probably the fact that it continues even after you stop working on it. So in the sense that you might not see the immediate results, but that doesn't mean that things aren't happening in the background. So for the first like 1 to 2 years, I probably spent like $10,000 on backlinks, and it's not like every time I bought a backlink, my organic rankings, instantly shot up. But now, 2 years later, I have a really strong domain rating that's competitive across my given niche. And so when I put any new content in, it's way more likely to like rank and pick up organically versus if I had a lower DO profile. So just kind of thinking with that kind of lens is really important when it comes to SEO. You can't be impatient. It's not an impatient game. So just being patient and also understanding kind of like how it works. It's really like you are really building a foundation of a house. So I think overall though, it's definitely gonna be a higher ROI. Initially it is expensive, but when you're talking about how much money you're saving on paid ads, it's really, you can't compare. But when you're talking about the money you're saving, I mean, that's really when it gets exciting, because if we look at cold plunge, right? Plunge is ranking number 2. That term right here, it says in Ahrefs, it's 1.47 CPC. It's probably closer to a $2 CPC. So, $2 and 8,000 traffics, 2 times 8, 16,000. They're saving $16,000 a month on just this keyword, and that's really the power of SEO, right? They're not having to pay every time someone comes to visit. They're getting that click organically, which is super exciting. And then, you just get a lot of data, get more visitors, more data, see click-through rates, see how people are responding to your content. But let's talk about when it's the right choice, because it's definitely not the right choice for everyone, guys. I'm not trying to sell you on it just because I do it. I just want to see more people doing it because I think it's really underutilized. I think SEO is really important for established businesses seeking for long-term cost-effective strategies. So what I mean by that is kind of like my business. I was already a year or two in and I wanted to scale, but I wanted to scale profitably. So that's why SEO came in, to where I was like, okay, I know I'm going to be working on this business for the next 5 years. Let me invest in it. If I wanted to optimize to exit, I wouldn't recommend investing in SEO, just because, like we talked about, it's a little bit more long term, and you're probably going to want to beef up that P&L. So things like investing in backlinks, content marketing is probably not the best use of marketing budget, I would say. So if you're in it for the long term, definitely consider SEO. And if you have some product market validation, definitely consider SEO as well. Let's talk about SEO IRL. I think that'd be cool to like kind of show you guys what this really looks like. So I found this website. They're ranking pretty good for some sauna related terms, which means that they're, definitely doing their part as far as SEO goes. And we can see here that this is their blog or learning center, and they've posted 3 blogs in February. Looks like 5 blogs in January and another 2 blogs in November. So they're not going super hard on their blogs, but they are supporting, their bottom of funnel terms, collection pages, and product pages with some top of funnel, which is really important when you're talking about internal linking. If this sounds like a bunch of yapping to you, don't worry. I'll have videos coming up on things like what is internal linking and all that good stuff. So it'll make more sense shortly. Yeah, so this is another example of like an optimized collection page. So you can see they've beefed up the collection page, adding some headings, adding some more content here, actually tons of content here. So that's what that looks like. And then of course, if you guys want to see like what an optimized product page looks like, I personally think they could have done a little bit better on the product page, but it's still pretty good. I mean, relative to e-com standards, where most people are not considering product page from an SEO lens at all, this one's not bad. So yeah, that's kind of, if you want to see what does SEO really look like in the wild, I think that's a pretty good website. All right, let's talk about paid ads and when they're the right choice. So paid ads is really good for instant traffic. Like, you just want to see how people react to it. You want to get the right, see if people are even buying it. Do people even want to spend money on it? That's when you want to spend on paid ads. Also, you can get highly targeted. So like we talked about, let's say you have a product that's Christmas trees, right? You need to make sure that everyone in your area, let's say it's like the tri-state area, knows about your Christmas tree business around the time between December 1st and December 24th. That's when you want to be, really pushing those Christmas tree ads. And that's something that you can really do with paid ads, which is pretty exciting. Real-time tracking, it's a lot faster. The feedback loop, you can pretty much see, okay, I launch a creative, it does well, I get XYZs, this is my cost of acquisition, which on SEO is a little bit different. You can't really get an exact cost per acquisition, or it's going to take a couple months of data to be able to do that. Flexibility and control, yeah, you can adjust campaigns, adjust budgets on demand whenever you really need to. So when it's the right choice, I think paid ads is probably better for new businesses that need product market fit validation. If you're looking to launch a new product, or you have seasonal business that you need to gear up your traffic during certain times, that's when you're really going to want to consider it. And then I think if you have a larger budget and you need quick results, like, why not test it out with paid ads and then validate, get market insights, and then invest those market insights into SEO. So paid ads IRL, I gave you a real life example for SEO, so I have to do it for paid ads. This is movement. They, killed it when Facebook ads were just coming out in like 2017. An example of a paid ad strategy for them would be like running a targeted promotional campaign for Father's Day. So let's say they want to target anyone who is a dad or likes golf in between the months of June and July. Well, that's something that you can do specifically on paid ads that you really can't do with SEO. And what's really cool is you can go to ads library and just, creep on their ads, see what they're doing, see where they're spending money. I can tell they're spending a lot of money because there's all these active ads, which tells me, they're definitely prioritizing their Facebook ads as a user acquisition channel. Alrighty guys, so yeah, let's talk about just the difference, high level. I know we just talked a lot there, but SEO is gonna be slow long term. The cost, I'd say lower long term, but upfront it's going to be more, definitely once you get started. But it's going to be sustainable and it's going to be organic. So that's pretty compelling, I think. Now, paid ads, you're going to get fast, immediate results if you have the budget, of course. The cost, it's going to be higher in the short term, and it's on a pay-per-click, so you're going to have to keep paying. It's like a sink, turn off the faucet, no more water. So that's kind of what paid ads is. But you get traffic, you get it immediately, and you can get some really valuable insights. Targeting, so I'd say again, targeting where targeting beats out is probably paid ads. You can get definitely more specific. Control, you have control on both, but if I had a vote, you probably get more control on paid ads just because you're able to like incrementally increase like budget creatives and stuff. Like you don't know which of your blogs is really gonna like pick up. You can try to influence the algorithm by maybe buying more backlinks or optimizing it more, but ultimately like Google's gonna decide what ranks the best. So in that sense, I think you have more control on paid ads. As far as credibility goes, SEO, Google, ranking on Google is probably one of the best things that you can do for your brand. So I'm going to have to vote SEO on that one. And then results, I mean, it's hard to say for me in my business personally. I've just seen, a game changer when it comes to customer acquisition costs and being able to scale profitably with SEO. So that's going to be my vote. But of course, every business is different. If you have a lower AOV, then you might want to consider paid ads. But if you can make it work, I definitely think SEO is worth checking out for sure. All right, it doesn't always have to be one or the other, right? It doesn't always have to be so black and white. There can be an in-between. And I think that there's this really exciting middle point where you can combine your paid ads and your SEO to kind of fuel each other. And this is something that I've been playing around with and I also do on my clients' accounts. So just want to share some ideas with you guys on that. So you can do things like get your paid ad data, your search term report on Google, and you can use that to farm potential keyword ideas for blogs, collection pages. You can really see, okay, what are the top converting terms and how can I create content around that? So that's pretty compelling. And then of course, remarketing. So SEO is going to bring you tons of these organic visitors. Maybe they're not ready to buy right now. Maybe we're targeting top of funnel terms because we just want to build up that traffic. We'll make sure to collect those emails, make sure to retarget them so that we can stay top of mind when they are ready to purchase. Yeah, and this is just an example of the search terms report on Google Ads. You can see, your clicks, the conversions, and then again, like you can get some ideas of like what are people interested in. So I would probably create like best farmhouse dining tables based off of this report. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to tailoring your approach, knowing your audience, like where does your audience spend the most time? Are they on TikTok? Or are they reading articles online? What does their buyer's journey look like? Are you selling a product that's more of an impulse buy that they can, maybe it's $30 or less, they can add it to their TikTok shop and purchase right away? Or do you have a product that's a little bit higher AOV, takes some more consideration? They're going to want to do some research and, really get to know the product, really get to know the website before they purchase. Budget constraints. This is a big one I see. I see a lot of people, they want to invest in SEO. They think they're ready, but ultimately it is a pay to play type of scenario where maybe you're not paying directly for a paid ad, but backlinks are not cheap. Even if you're building them yourself, it still takes dedicated resources. So that's definitely something to consider. And I think that's going to vary niche to niche. So if you're interested in like me taking a look at your niche, definitely let me know and we can go from there. And then just what are your business goals? If you're trying to plan for an exit in the next year, probably not a good idea to invest in SEO. Just pump up the ads, try to get them as profitable as possible, show that short-term growth. And, that's what I would say. But if you want a business that's going to, be around as your primary business for, 5-10 years, then I think SEO is great because you're going to lay the foundation and you're going to actually be there to reap the fruits of that labor. So that's kind of what I would consider when you're thinking about both. Yeah, this is just a really good, kind of example of the two. I think the startup example, so this is like a new business with limited brand recognition. They're just on the market. For that, I would recommend paid ads for immediate growth plus some foundational SEO. So things like buying citations, just making sure your technical SEO is good, not going too crazy, but making sure that the foundation is good. That's gonna be more like a flower. We got a nice pretty flower. It looks really good. You're gonna have to keep watering that flower though. Every 2 weeks, you gotta go back and you gotta water the flower. Now, when we talk about an established brand, I'm thinking like a fruit tree. A fruit tree is planted on the ground, it's been watered throughout the years, and now it's producing apples, every season without fail. And that's really that's what the power of SEO is. So I think that's going to be good for an established brand. Real world results. I kind of already touched on this, but yeah, guys, I do this stuff myself. So if you have any questions or want to learn more, just hit me up. Happy to chat about this anytime. The bottom line, basically, the key takeaways is that both are going to be important for you, I think, if you're an e-com owner wanting to scale your website in 2025. SEO is going to build you that brand equity and going to get you that long-term growth. However, paid ads is going to provide you immediate visibility and get you a lot of important data that I think is going to be foundational for you to really see if this is the right product that you are going to be able to build a business around. Yeah, I think the next steps I would say for you guys is just assess your current online presence, think about how your buyers buy and where maybe you're falling short and maybe where you can invest some resources to kind of meet them in their journey. And yeah, definitely give SEO a shot, maybe write a blog or two a month, see if the keywords pick up and go from there. Do you guys have any questions? Definitely comment them below, please. I'm just starting off YouTube, so I would really appreciate any comments that you guys have. I'll also link below my backlink vetting checklist. This is a checklist that I use every time I am thinking about doing a guest post on a website. So you can check that out. And then I'm also going to have an ecom SEO newsletter. So this will come out probably every other week, and we'll have a really insightful tip for you guys to be able to establish some authority and get those organic rankings on your website. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I have a Calendly in my website link, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.